Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bible study. Hopefully, you're having a blessed day today, and I sincerely mean that. So, we're going to be in the Old Testament in our continued study of biblical obedience, and we're going to be in 1 Samuel 15:22. And let me set this up for us a little bit here. Let me give you a little context. Now, Saul was the first king of Israel, but here he had disobeyed a direct command from God, but he had argued that he kept his best animals for sacrifice. So this prompted Samuel to emphasize that rituals cannot replace obedience. Samuel is rebuking King Saul right here, and he's declaring that complying with God's orders is superior to any religious ceremony or offering. So let me read this. He tells Saul, "Does the Lord delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as much as in obeying the Lord? To obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than fat of rams." Man, I think that's a very important verse. So, what he is doing here is he's emphasizing that true devotion and submission to God's will are more valuable than mere ritualistic acts. The verse highlights that hearing and following God's commands brings more delight to him than physical outward sacrifices, or in this case, the fat of rams. And the core message here is that true worship is simply not about rituals or going through the motions, but rather sincere submission to obedience and God's voice. And really, how true is that? It's more important to obey God and God's commands than it is to go to church on Sunday, to wear our crosses and fly our Christian flags and to wear our Christian rings and things like that. All that is nice and a symbol of our religion, but it's not as important as obeying God's demands or commands. And I think that's the most important thing here. Hey, this has been a great study today, and we'll look forward to tomorrow.